Hey, Inner Power Entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Dr. Amanda, and you're in the right place if you're a coach, entrepreneur, or service-based business owner who's ready to learn law of attraction strategies that will help you manifest rapid business growth. And in our Friday episodes, I answer questions that come in from members of the Inner Power Entrepreneur Facebook group. If you want to ask me a question and have it answered on the podcast, be sure to join us there. The link is in the show notes, and that's the Inner Power Entrepreneur Facebook group. Today's episode is coming from a question from Cecilia. Shout out to you, Cecilia. And she asks, how often should I look at my goal? Daily, weekly, monthly? This is a great question and it's so important. And the first thing I want you to know is that it's critical for setting law of attraction-based goals. You want to know that what you focus on expands. So just saying to yourself, what I focus on expands, what I focus on expands, which means that it's critical to look at your goals on a regular basis. Studies show that people who write down their goals are 33% more successful in achieving them. So writing down your goals is really important. And according to a study by Dr. Gail Matthews, a psychologist, found that entrepreneurs who write down their goals and share them with a friend are 76.7 more likely to achieve them. So write down your goals as an entrepreneur, share them with a friend, and you are on your way to achieving them. And then a Harvard business study found that 3% of MBA graduates who had their goal written down ended up earning 10 times as much as the other 97% combined just 10 years after graduation. So it's really important to write down your goals. It's very important to focus on them. And I want to give you 5 quick steps today for you to set manifestation-based goals and what's important to think about when you're setting them. First and foremost, you always want to consider the intention behind it. If you're setting goals that feel fear-based or that you're trying to prove yourself, you're going to have a harder time accomplishing the goal. Instead, you want to set goals that are driven by inspiration, ones that have you waking up in the morning excited to take action. So let me give you 5 steps. I'm going to give you the 5, and then we're going to break down some action steps for each of these. So first, the 5 are clearly define your goals. Number 2, visualization. Number 3, use AffirMantras. Number 4, act as if. And number 5, celebrate your wins along the way. So let's start with number 1, clearly define your goals. Now, the very first step of my manifestation process is that you must decide with clarity and certainty what you want. So clearly defining your goals is really important. And here you want to get specific. You don't want to just say, I want to be a successful entrepreneur. Saying something more along the lines of, I am ready to increase my income by 30% in 2024 would be much more specific. So get specific when you're writing down your goals and allow yourself to want what you want. So an action step here on clearly defining your goals is to take some time today and write down 3 to 5 clearly defined goals for this year, and then be sure to review them every single day. And I say 3 to 5 because if you do more than that, it's too much for your brain to focus on. If you're in the later stages of business building, you could set up to 5. Just make sure that you have systems in place to be able to accomplish 5 goals for the year, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself, and then that causes resistance and pushes away the manifestation of the goal. So 3 to 5, clear defined goals, review your goals daily. For number 2, on visualization, you want to spend a few minutes each day visualizing your goals as if you've already achieved them. This could be through meditation or visualization exercises. Remember that this sends a very powerful message to the universe about what you are ready to manifest. And so an action step for visualization is, I highly recommend scripting every single day, because scripting is like a vision board that you write down. So it's a verbal vision board. And what scripting does is helps you get into the feeling and the emotional attachment to what you're writing out. So when you script, you just write it as if it's already happened. And so I like to do this in month chunks often, where I think, okay, for January, what do I choose to attract and create and manifest in my goals that's going to get me to my end of year goals? And that way you can shrink the time and narrow it, and it helps you focus more clearly. If you don't know how to script, go to my free course, innerpower101.com. So just go innerpower101.com You can get a free course that'll teach you scripting and the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is AffirMantras, and also visualization and meditation. So these will all help you, all the strategies in innerpower101.com. So visualization, just remember how important it is. So first, you're going to clearly define your goal, then you're going to visualize it. And now number 3, you're going to use AffirMantras. So AffirMantras are just my way of describing using positive affirmation statements in a mantra-based way, meaning you repeat them over the day. And sometimes you just repeat them over and over in a meditation session. And so you want to program your mind for success by using affirmative statements. And I know this sounds so simple, but the reason it's so important is because when you repeat and repeat and repeat, you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. And so you must repeat your positive statements in order for them to come true. And you must be saying statements to yourself that you 100% believe to be true. Most people use AffirMantras or affirmations incorrectly because they tell themselves stuff that they don't believe to be true. And so I teach starter statements when you're doing affirmations so that you can use a statement that your brain is like, yes, I 100% believe this to be true. So an example here is instead of saying, I am a successful entrepreneur, but your brain doesn't believe that and your subconscious goes, you're full of crap. Instead, you say to yourself, I am ready to become a successful entrepreneur. I am ready to do what it takes to become a successful entrepreneur. I have decided to do what it takes to become a successful entrepreneur. I can't say the word success today for some reason. So get innerpower101.com to learn more about AffirMantras, but definitely use positive statements on repeat. So your action step here is to come up with a statement that works for you and then set an alarm to remind you to say the AffirMantra. So you could start with just 3 alarms that go off throughout the day, and you can label your alarm with the AffirMantra itself. I've done this so many times at different points in my life, and it works so well. So it's just like your phone becomes your cheerleader, and it reminds you all day long to keep your mindset focused on the positive and in the direction that you choose to go. So you're reducing resistance, you're up-leveling your energy and your vibrational frequency when you see this statement, and you just say it to yourself a few times until you shift your energy into a higher vibrational frequency, and then you go on with your day. This helps you attract your goals more easily because now you are setting your energetic frequency to be matched with that which you want to attract. So AffirMantras are a very powerful and easy tool to use. Number 4, act as if. What I mean by this is that when you believe something to be true, you will automatically take action and you will start becoming the embodiment of what you are manifesting, meaning that you will act as if it's already happened because you see it coming your way, you see yourself manifesting it, and you're like, oh yes, I'm adopting the habits that are aligned with my goals. This sends a clear signal to the universe that you're ready to manifest and materialize what you're saying your goal is. And so for this one, the action step is simply just to write a simple plan of action and take action every single day. You will not be hesitating or procrastinating if you're writing an aligned goal that is inspired and you believe in. You will automatically take action. Action is always evidence of belief. So if you're procrastinating, go back to number 1 and go, wait a second, is this a clearly defined goal that I am writing from an inspiration-based way, or am I writing something out of fear or not enoughness? And rethink it, because when you take action, it shows you that you are aligned with the goal that you set. All right, number 5, this one's really important. Celebrate your wins along the way. When you are celebrating your wins along the way, what it means is that you are abundance-minded instead of scarcity-minded, because instead of focusing on how far you still need to go, you're focusing on how far you've come. And when you focus on how far you come, you are lifting yourself up. You are seeing how awesome you are. You are noticing your wins. And this causes you to then want to create more wins. So celebrate your wins along the way. And for your action step, I recommend 3 things here. Create a win journal and write down 3 wins every single night. So 3 wins for your day, big or small, personal, professional, money, business, whatever, every single night. This takes 1 minute and it really up-levels your vibe. And then the second action step is to schedule wins dates every week to celebrate yourself. This could be something really small at home or out in the world. And then schedule a win prize quarterly and annually, some sort of big prize. This could be a trip. It could be a big gift for yourself. Celebrate yourself and send yourself the signal that you're doing awesome so that you want to stay on track for accomplishing your goals. So let's recap. Step number 1, clearly define your goals. Number 2, visualize. 3, use AffirMantras. 4, act as if. 5, celebrate your wins along the way. And if you're liking what you got here, come and ask me a question so I can answer it on the podcast. Just go to the Inner Power Entrepreneur Facebook group and ask your question there. And until next time, I'm sending you giant hugs and inner power high fives.